So hello everyone, I apologize for coming on late today. Thanks for your patience. Want to dive into an interesting topic today, destiny. What is that? And let's see if we can't get this brightness off the screen. There, that's better. So I had my own session with my coach and mentor last week or the week before, and one of the things that came up was for me to spend some time meditating on destiny as I step into my role again with the dragons and their presence for healing, for awakening on the planet, for helping people shift and move things in a really expeditious manner. So I sat with it, and in the middle of the night last night, I had some real sort of epiphanies about it. And I don't know if you guys have ever thought about destiny, or, you know, we've got this free will. We're supposed to be able to be the creators of our lives, right? And manifest things. So where does destiny step in, or fate, or preordained things? And what came to me, and you guys can debate this or comment or say, no, I totally disagree with me. Let's start a discussion about it. But what came to me was that destiny is what happens when we step into what our soul lined up for us to live through and create before we got here. So I do believe that when we choose to incarnate again on the planet, if we've been here before, and this would be a totally different discussion for a brand new soul coming in. I don't know how the process for souls work. I know that when we pass, I believe we go through a soul review, and anything that we didn't actually learn that's about love and where our soul is supposed to go with lessons and compassion and all those things, that we end up having karmic balance to work out, or law of consequence that can be called, and that we designed to come in again and learn it the next time around, and set up different situations and scenarios or people that we can work through that with. So are we destined to meet someone? I believe that we actually set up a bunch of potential timelines, potential people to have contracts and work with. And when we align to that, when we actually make free will choices to align to our soul's highest path, because I do think there's many potential paths, that's when we fall in line with destiny, and everything just seems to flow so easily. You know, there are synchronicities in life where our guides are constantly working to get out there and make the plan that we set up so that we would go through a series of specific soul lessons and things we wanted to step into being as a person. I think our guide and guardian that we have, I do believe we each have a guide and guardian angel with us from the moment we are conceived, and that they are with us at every moment. I believe those guides can change, but I do believe one of their tasks is to continuously follow that endless potentials of timeline possibilities to take us into our destiny, to take us into where our soul really wanted to go before we came here. And so for me, the thing I've had to really look at is what has been my resistance into stepping into my destiny. You know, part of my destiny, and it woke up years ago without any expectation or knowing that it would on my part. I just knew that my guides kept pushing me to grow spiritually, to learn how to meditate, to continually have experiences with people where I was feeling energy, where all of a sudden I could start to see auric fields or images, not with these physical eyes, especially in meditation, or closing my eyes and working with someone energetically in a healing session to learn healing. So as I kept opening to those, I feel like looking back, I was continually opening to my destiny. And my destiny, at least what I believe right now to be my destiny, who knows what more is going to unfold, because I just keep following those steps. So to get in alignment with my destiny, I just have to keep listening to the little inner prompts that are taking me there. And so years ago, I was doing all this learning, all this growing, all this expanding, learning how to feel energy, learning how to see and heal and do all this. Well, all of a sudden dragons started showing up in my field. Dragons started showing up in the clients that I was working with. they started coming and sharing information with me. And then it started really feeling I had such a deep connection with them, and I was able to bring the book through, The Dragon Within. And the story of that, I started telling last week or the week before in the For the Love of Dragons. It's a brand new group that I've started to bring that tribe back together, because it is a huge part of a lot of people's souls to be connected to the dragons and have that energy calling to them, have that energy awakening them, and to find their tribe through that. So that's one of the pieces that I bring. Is it the only piece? No, I do all my work with clients that incorporates all kinds of things. But that seems to be a particular piece that is for me to bring, which is my destiny. Different than someone next to me's destiny who is also a healer. And theirs is a totally different piece or a different aspect. And so it got me really focused on looking at, why do we resist our destiny? Why do we resist what we know to be our greatest truth and our greatest asset to bring, our greatest gift to bring, and yet sometimes the hardest thing to step into, because it's scary, because we've lived it and been persecuted before, because it means being really visible, because it means really stepping up and stepping to the plate into something that we're not sure how it's going to be received. So I'm just bringing this up so you guys can start thinking about your own destiny. Are you living your destiny? Are you stepping into it? Do you believe in fate or something that's pre-written in as God's will, is what a lot of people say. I hear it all the time. Oh, it's God's will that happened. Well, is it, or is that a lesson that your soul created to live through and experience? Because I believe God's greatest will for us is that we have absolute free will and choices here to step into love or not. And I'm just going to swipe this here so I can see who's here with me. I know there's some viewers there. I'm trying to see you. So what is your destiny? Are you stepping into it? Are you following those little inner prompts? Hi, Kayla. That's who it is. Good to see you, sweetie. Just talking about destiny here. And if you have any comments or thoughts about destiny or fate or God's will for your life, or all the different things that come up when we bring up, are we living on purpose? Are we following really what we set aside as our plan or our goal before we incarnated? So just bringing it up for food for thought, food for discussion. You know, why not listen to somebody else's story and see if, wow, what can they trigger for me? Sort of why I talk with you guys every week and want to share and interact with that. You know, what are your thoughts about destiny? Do you feel like it's something that your soul created? Do you even believe that your soul set up your divine, like, if you could have your idyllic life and come down and make all the right choices, where would it end up? What would it look like for you? And I just really feel like that getting in line with your destiny and being on purpose is that continual step-by-step listening to that inner voice, listening to that inner prompt that for me said, go take a meditation class. That for me said, quit your job and start meditating every day. And these things will pay the bills over here, but take this time now because you've got some things to learn. I had no idea that would unfold into this huge gift of healing and all the things that I can do. But I'm so grateful for that inner voice that said, do this, trust it. And every time that I do that and just follow what brings me joy and follow what feels right, it keeps leading me into this destiny. And I'm just so thrilled that right now I've been so resistant for years of really owning the dragons in a bigger way, owning what connection they have for me and the energy that they share and bring with me and the knowledge and what that can mean for humanity and for so many people out there that also have an affinity or connection or an energy link with them. So yeah, that's been my big thing this week, to really realize and go, it's time for me to step in. And it is truly what brings me joy. I know when I do the lives about the dragon stuff, it's as joyous as this is when I'm talking about other metaphysical subjects with this group here, but there's something else that lights a fire within my soul about it, and that's where we need to find. You need to find that thing that lights your soul on fire, that you can talk to endlessly with people about. You know, I could probably go on for hours on a live about some of the subjects that just bring me passion. And so I just want to bring that up. I want you guys to find your passion. If you need help with that, I love working with people. That's what I do. And right now, if you want to message me and get $100 off your first session, let's do it. Let's connect and get together and see where you're not aligning with your destiny. See what we can get out of the way. What blocks are in the way for you. Because I've had so much joy on my journey in each of those steps opening up, and I want to bring that to other people. So I think that's it for today. Short and sweet. I'm sorry it was late. And a shout out to all of the, I am going to pull a card. A shout out to those who are watching the replay. If you have any thoughts or comments, please feel free to put them in after, because I do always respond. I follow the comments and love to connect with people even after. So let's see what the Archangel Power Tarot deck has to say about destiny. And let's just hold the question in our hearts. If you've watched my lives before, you know I like to just hold one question that is going to apply to anyone who watches this and get a response to it. So let's feel into, am I really stepping into my destiny? Am I really stepping into the path that my soul, when I was in my life review from previous incarnations and knew that I was going to come incarnate again, set up as potentials for me to reach my highest potential in this lifetime? Am I stepping into that? And this card is the one that's popping up. The Knight of Gabriel. Confident, enthusiastic, courageous, charismatic. It's time to take action. Great passion for a cause. Instinctively knowing just what to do. Now, if that isn't right on the money, I love how these cards always speak to us, because that's exactly what I was just talking about. There's an angel following this rider, the Knight of Gabriel. She's riding on a horse, and she's got this angel behind her. That internal guidance, that little reminder, almost it could be a guardian angel, or it could be her higher self, because it looks just like her. That soul aspect, continually watching over you and guiding you and saying, are you on track? Head this way. Here's the opportunity. Your destiny awaits. And I love that. It's time for action. No more standing around saying, I'm resistant, I'm not going into it. If you know there's something that you're passionate about, that has been calling you, that you feel like is something you're destined to do or to be, step into it. It's time. I love that. Time to take action. Great passion for a cause. That's your cause. That great passion is for you. You are the cause. You are your greatest cause. Because when you are passionate, when you are aligned, everyone else gets joy and benefit from that as well. And that lights everybody else's fire. That lights everybody else's passion to live on their purpose and be in their dream and their destiny. So instinctively knowing just what to do. You do have it within you. You have your angel, you have your guide, and you have your higher self and your own knowing of what the next step is. And your angels and guides will always take you to someone to assist if you can't get there. I am going to say goodbye now. Have a great day. We'll see you next week. And if you want to join us live, I am usually live Thursday or Friday in the Dragon group. We are talking about dragons. We are talking about all kinds of fun things in there, the history of how they came to be in my journey. And you just never know what comes up. And if you love dragons, you're going to love being part of that and finding your tribe and your soul family. Have a great day. We'll see you guys next time.